What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with the 2024 Arnold Classic Competitors list being revealed, and there are some big names on there as you guys are seeing on your screen right now. And let's get to it and go competitor by competitor, and then we'll wrap up why some of these competitors are so exciting for 2024. Now you will see the first name there on the list, Hadi Choopan. It does say right underneath his name pending. So that's obviously pending whether Hardy can make it into the country or not in 2024 for the Arnold Classic on the 1st to 3rd of March. Fingers crossed that Hadi Choopan is able to make it because he obviously adds a huge amount of class to the lineup, a Mr. Olympia winner, a guy who's second at the Mr. Olympia this year, just gone controversially, and no doubt that he'll probably be the favourite going into the Arnold Classic in 2024. Now, our next guy on the list is Neckzilla Rubiel Mosquera. Now, Rubiel obviously burst onto the scene, placed third behind Samson Dauda and Mikel Krizo. If Rubiel can put it all together, now it's a short period of time, but I know he's going to be working with Chris Cormier, who's been phenomenal for Rubiel. If he can really dial this guy in, because it's not like Rubiel has he doesn't have a physique that looks like it's going to lack getting condition. So shout out to Rubiel on getting his qualification for the Arnold Classic. He's definitely a guy that's going to draw excitement, and people are going to want to see Rubiel Mosquera on stage. Now, next competitor on the list is Andrew Jack. Now, he did announce he's doing the Arnold Classic UK, but I'm very excited that he's doing this upcoming Arnold Classic Open. He did it last year, placed third. He did the Olympia, placed, what was he, fifth the Olympia? He's obviously a standout competitor there as well. I don't think he nailed his best at the Olympia, so if he's able to get fifth, not being at his best, he can definitely climb up the ranks. And also, if you guys are watching live, give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, very, very good point here from Brian Lakira. He says, free pay-per-view, a stacked lineup, bodybuilding fans eating good in 2024. Absolutely. And shout out to the Arnold Classic for making the pay-per-view free as well. That is a huge service to bodybuilding fans. Now, another name, Rafael Brandao, or Brandao, however you pronounce his name, Brazilian's favorite son. Now, he's going to be very, very good at this contest. The last time that we saw him, I believe he was top 10 in the Mr. Olympia. Obviously, another next level competitor, and working with Neil Hill now, plus a few more years of adding mass to his physique. That's all he really needed to add, and it looks like he's done that as well. So I'm very excited to see Rafael coming into the Arnold Classic. It's the Arnold is traditionally a show that's favoured guys like Cedric McMillan, some of the more aesthetic guys, although Branch Warren was a champion several times. What's up, guy? What's up, Keith? I like Andrew Jackson. It's a different guy. Andrew Jack, he's pretty cool. And SPCL Gent says, sup everyone, what's up? But yeah, Rafael Brandao is definitely an exciting one to see on that list as well. And I'll bring up the full list at the end as well. Then we have Samson Dauda. Samson obviously just winning multiple shows, placing third at the Mr. Olympia. Has to be one of the favorites. If he can win this Arnold Classic again, because he won it last year and won, what, $300,000? That's a huge win, and hopefully he can get that win again for him, and obviously taking a ton of momentum into the 2024 Mr. Olympia. And people don't realize this is going to really set up the 2024 Mr. Olympia, because whoever wins this is pretty much the number one contender to that 2024 Mr. Olympia title against Derek Lunsford. And if you can get a Neckzilla even challenging the win here in a final three call out, where it's like sort of how it was last year, and people are going to see that Neckzilla can improve if he improves on that last show a considerable amount, and then has that time between, the Arnold Classic and the Olympia, because the New York Pro and the Olympia, because he has announced that he's doing that. But he is going to be very, very hyped, let's say. So it's going to be really, really fun. So, Blizzy Blake Yopper, shout out my man. This is badass, and the live stream is free, supposedly. Yeah, it is. Nick isn't doing the Arnold. I can confirm Nick Walker is not on this lineup, and I'll go over the notable names that aren't on this lineup that we thought could have been. We've got Mo Shaban. Mo Shaban is a very, very good competitor. Some crazy, crazy legs. A guy that's going to come in, I think, and do very well. Antoine Valiant. Now, Antoine is a favorite of mine, a guy that I think can keep climbing the pro ranks. He's a pro contest winner. Very, very worthy acceptance here of the invite. Akeem Williams, he's making his comeback to the stage. I know he had a bit of an injury issue. I'm trying to think of what it is now, but he had some injury issues. James Hollingshead, he's one that I'm very, very excited for. I think we're going to see the best James Hollingshead we've seen on stage in a while. He's working with Mil Sarchev. When Mil starts working with someone, they tend to get that initial, the first comps they work together, especially, they get like a jump and they look considerably better. So, very excited for James Hollingshead competing at this show. This is his return show. He had last year off, and hoping to obviously improve and improve and improve and shock some people. Justin Rodriguez, a guy that has done very well traditionally at the Arnold Classic. I'm not sure where he's going to be at physique wise for this contest, just because the last shows we've seen of Justin Rodriguez, he hasn't been at his best. So he was beaten recently by Charles Griffin, which was late last year prior to Mr. Olympia. I believe it was the last Olympia qualifier at the Legion. So he'll have to improve on that if he's hoping to make it up into the top five of this show. We've got Jonathan De La Rosa. Sorry, I was going to say I got confused between the Justins and the Jonathans. But Jonathan De La Rosa is a great guy, a great competitor. Made his comeback last year. Pretty damn successful comeback too, placing top two in those lineups. So pretty happy to see John in there as well. Do we have any more open guys? Then it goes to the classic list, which we will get onto. So here is the full Arnold Classic competitors list for the Open. We have Remco Boze. Now, he won the overall last year, I believe, at the Arnold Classic because they get an automatic qualification. I don't think he'll be a factor. James Hollingshead, Samson Dauda, Akeem Williams, Antoine Valiant, Mo Shaban, Rafael Brandao, a guy that wasn't in those individual photos. We have Horse MD, Marcelo De Angelis. We have Jonathan De La Rosa. We have Justin Rodriguez, Hadi Choopan, Andrew Jacked, and Rubiel Mosquera, aka Neckzilla. Now, Andrew Jacked, Hadi Choopan, and Rubiel all have that pending against their name. So I believe for Rubiel, the pending is based on can he make it into the country, get his visa, all that sort of stuff. So that is up in the air. Andrew Jacked, I'm not sure why there is pending next to his name. Maybe it's a work visa issue. Maybe he overstayed. I don't know. And then Hadi Choopan, obviously pending due to the fact that he is from Iran and there are some issues with him getting into the country traditionally. So anyway, let's get on to some of the names that weren't actually on this competitors list. So Big Ramy put up a video the other day sparking interest to whether he is coming back at the Arnold Classic. Looks like he's not coming back at the Arnold Classic, but the good thing is that Big Ramy is looking big. He's putting up posing videos, so it suggests to me that his career is not done, and we will probably see him at the 2024 Mr. Olympia, which is good news. Another name that is not on this competitors list, I've got a few names written down here. William Bonac. William Bonac spoke about coming back at this contest. Whether William didn't receive an invite, which I find it hard to believe. He wasn't looking his biggest ever, so I sort of can understand that. But yeah, I was disappointed not to see Big Ramy on this competitors list. And a guy that I was expecting to see on this competitors list, but I did not, is Martin Fitzwater. So Martin's obviously on the Bodybuilding University podcast. He's been putting up some crazy updates looking insane. And I was so excited to see him in this lineup, mixing it up with all these guys, because I honestly thought that I'm seeing James Hollingshead on screen, that Martin would come into this one and really shock some people. I think I'd be predicting him ahead of Justin Rodriguez. I might be competing, sorry guys, I'd be picking him ahead of John De La Rosa. I'd be picking ahead of Akeem Williams. I'd be picking him ahead of maybe James Hollingshead even. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I think Martin will beat in this Arnold Classic lineup when I go to the list. And I go over who can he beat. He can beat Remco Boze. He can beat James Hollingshead, Akeem Williams, Antoine Valiant, Mo Shaban, Rafael. Could he beat Rafael? I think he could have a chance. Marcelo De Angelis, John De La Rosa, Justin Rodriguez. He could beat Andrew Jacked. We've seen him side by side. If it was the Andrew Jacked from the Olympia, I think he could beat him. And Then you've got Hardy and Rubiel, and we don't know who's competing there. I honestly think Martin Fitzwater could have been like third, fourth place in this lineup with ease. I think Martin is that good and he would have been battling up in the first call out. Honestly, I believe that. And it's a shame not to see him in here, but these guys are pending at the bottom. So I have a feeling that James could get a late invite. I'll speak to Brian Powers, do whatever I can because Martin Fitzwater, in my opinion, deserves to be there. Has he won a contest? No. Has he placed ahead of Steve Kuklo, who just a couple of years ago placed third in this lineup? Martin beat him. Martin beat him, not last year, the year prior. And I think it was the year prior to that. Steve Kuklo was top 3. So I think Martin Fitzwater definitely deserves to be right up there and in this lineup. Let me know what you think on that in the comments below. Yeah, I'm seeing Blizzy Blake Yopper saying Martin told me in person at the Olympia he's doing it. I think Martin will do great, man. Unfortunately, he is not. He applied for it. I think most people assumed after he applied for it that he would get that invite to the Arnold Classic. So I'll protest that. I will go to Brian Powers and whoever I can to try to get Martin Fitzwater in this 2024 Arnold Classic lineup because I well and truly expect him to be in there, especially considering some of the names you see in there. They're all great, they're all worthy, but I still think that Martin would be more worthy in terms of being competition against these guys. But if they're going off pure record and wanting guys to have a pro win, I mean, it doesn't really make sense because Horse MD's in there. Moshe Band, I believe everyone else has won a show, apart from the guy who qualified last year, Rubiel and Horse MD. But realistically, I think we know he should be in there. Dave, I was going to mention that as well. Dave Manfra says, no Brandon Curry, former champion. Yet no Brandon Curry, unfortunately. But, yeah, I think he'd be up there battling. But I think Brandon's going to probably focus on the Olympia next year. And who knows, maybe Brandon won't come back again. I absolutely have no clue. But, yeah, Martin has great conditioning every time he steps on stage. Yeah, for sure. I mean, his first show, he wasn't 100%. But then since then, he's really brought it. No, I don't think Martin's ever not bringing it again. So, yeah, only a little bit disappointed on that part of it, but a great lineup all the same. And we're going to see a very, very exciting 2024 Arnold Classic. And I think we're going to see someone added to this lineup. And I think it might be Martin Fitzwater, to be honest with you guys. So, anyway, let's move on. Let's discuss the classic lineup, which you guys can see on your screen right now. We've got Wesley Vissers, Antoine Loth, we've got Michael DeBull, we've got Kara Japara, Emmanuel Ricotti, Terence Ruffin, Urs Kalaczynski, Eric Brown Jr., Ramon Rocha Quiros, which is Ramon Dino, Breon Ansley, Damian Patrick, and Darren Farrell. So this is a nice lineup, and it seems like it's going to be between Terence Ruffin, Urs Kalaczynski, Ramon Dino, and Breon Ansley. That looks like a clear top 4 to me in this lineup. Then with Wesley Vissers, I'd say in sort of 5th place there. I think that's sort of how it will play out. And then you got Michael DeBull as well. Michael DeBull, I think, will finish in behind that, and then you probably have like a Kara Japara or someone like that after that. I mean, I can see how that will play out for sure, but a pretty impressive classic physique lineup, I'd say. Ramon, if I had to do my really, really early predictions, I'd say Ramon Dino. Someone says Rough Diesel just said he's not competing, FYI. Okay, that's interesting. I'll check that out. Thank you so much, Dave, as well. Much appreciated. You love the channel. Well, if Terence Ruffin is out of it, if Ramon Dino first, just say this is a sort of a look at how it might play out. Urs Kalaczynski in 2nd. Then in 3rd, we'll say Breon Ansley. And Breon can place higher. These guys can place higher or lower. 4th place, if Terence Ruffin, if he's there. If not, Wesley Vissers. Then I'd say Michael DeBull. I think we'll play something like that. But anyway, let's have a quick look at these other competitors' lists as well. So we've got Classic there on the screen. Then we've got the men's physique, which is missing some names. It doesn't have the best names up there that we're used to seeing at the Olympia level, like Aaron Bankses, all these sorts of guys. We're just not seeing him up there. I thought we might see a Jeremy Buendia, someone like that. Nope. We are seeing Corey Morris, who's very good, Diego Montenegro, a whole bunch of really good guys. And, you know, all the guys in men's physique pro are really, really good. But Missing a few of those top names, Brandon Hendrickson, Aaron Banks, all those guys as I mentioned. We got the wheelchair. Harold Kelly is in that one. I'm not sure on all the names in that lineup. We've got the bikini. We've got stars in that one. We've got Laura Lee Japardos, Isa Pacini. We've got, who else in this one? Angela Texera, which I think this is her comeback after having a child. Phoebe Hagen, whole bunch of good names in that lineup. And then we have the fitness. Who do we have in this one? I'm looking at this one for the first time. Ariel Kadar is a name that stands out. Jacqueline Baker is a very good competitor. Tiffany Chandler's in there. Yeah, I've got to say that I think that Ariel Kadar will be the favourite in that lineup. And then let's move on. I believe there's one more lineup to go over. The wellness. So in the wellness, are there any names? Franciella Matos. She's got to be one of the favourites for sure, if not the favourite. We've got Tiffany Sam Razhai, which is Terence Ruffin's fiance. And yeah, a bunch of quality names there, but I'd say they're the sort of main contenders in this lineup. And they're your lineups for the 2024 Arnold Classic. You guys can see the open on the screen right now. I'll go over the names one more time. James Hollingshead, Remco Bose. We've got Samson Dauda, Akeem Williams, Antoine Valiant, Mo Shaban, Rafael Brandao, Horse Marcelo De Angelis, Horse MD, Jonathan De La Rosa, Justin Rodriguez, Hadi Choopan pending, Andrew Jack pending, and Rubiel Mosquera, aka Neckzilla, is pending for the Arnold Classic on the 1st to the 3rd of March 2024, and I'll be covering it all here on Desktop Bodybuilding. So make sure that you subscribe and click the notification here. That way you'll be notified when I go live for the Arnold Classic, when I do my previews, when I do my episodes and stuff on here. Just subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. And let me know your thoughts, and I will go to the poll right now. So if you haven't voted and you're watching live, vote. Go to the poll results. What do you think of this lineup? What do you give it out of 10 for the 2024 Arnold Classic? And the results are, as I get to this, as it loads up, give me 1 second. What do you rate the Arnold Classic Open competitor list? Now, I've given you guys options 7 or lower, 8, 9, or 10. 48% of you guys are giving it a 10 out of 10. That's awesome. You guys are pumped and excited for this. 39% are giving it a 9, 4% are giving it an 8, and 9% are giving it a 7 or lower. I would give it around a 9. A 10, I'd say, is very generous, but it is a very nice lineup. But I'm giving this lineup a 9. I'm impressed with what the Arnold Classic people have done, and very, very excited for this in 2024. And we're not that far away, honestly, because we're about to go into the new year, and then it's at the start of March, so we're only 2 months in to the 2024 year. So by the time it hits the new year, we're 2 months away, guys, and we're going to have bodybuilding back, and it's going to be a huge bodybuilding season. If you guys are seeing what's happening with the New York Pro lineup, who's entering that, which is crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a fun 2024 bodybuilding season. You know, more shows having more money. I think we're going to see the best bodybuilding year we've seen in many, many years. So super pumped. And you guys let me know who you're most excited to see and what you rate. If you are watching this on replay as well, rate what you think this lineup is out of 10 in the comments below, and who you're most excited to see. Yeah, absolutely. SPCL gents. It's going to be a great year, 100%. Anyway, guys, that's it for this live stream. Hope you enjoyed it, and I am so pumped for the 2024 bodybuilding season. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining this one. My name is Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.